Good afternoon, 2015 Homecoming Webcast, live from the street fair. We're in front of Dunn Hall this afternoon, and it is still cloudy and cold and just kind of a misty afternoon here at Anderson University. And joining us now, our next guest, Dr. Joel Shrock. Hello, Joel.
Nice to see you, Matt.
Dr. Shrock, good to see you as well. Dr. Joel Shrock is Dean in the School of Humanities and Professor of History. Served at Anderson University since 2005 in the School of Humanities, and good to have you this
Thanks.
afternoon. Good to have you here.
It's just great to be here.
This is the first. I don't believe I've ever had the opportunity to interview you.
My first time.
There you go. So, no, it's not 2020. Coach Handy was thinking this was going to be, I was kind of Barbara Wawa and Barbara Walters, and well, we're not 2020, so it's laid back and an easy question. So how are things for you in your area at the university?
Everything's going great this year. We have a lot of new initiatives coming up with President Pistol coming in. We have the new national security major that we're going to be putting together this year and we'll launch next fall.
That is huge.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
That's a big deal. Tell us about that. How did that all, obviously President Pistol was a big part of that, but...
Well, our political science faculty were very excited when it was announced that John Pistol was going to be coming and be our next president. And this year... President Pistol just put the bug in their ear that said, hey, what do you think about if we created a national security majors with a couple of different tracks? Cybersecurity will be one of the tracks, and then a more traditional political science-oriented national security focus will be the other track. And they had a proposal by the end of the day that he first mentioned it. They were so excited. Dr. Frank and Dr. Allen were so giddy when I went up there. They had it ready to go, I think, almost immediately. So they're really excited about it.
Now that has to be unique for a college, a university the size of Anderson, to have this major.
There are just a handful of schools like us that have a major like this, and none of them will have the connections that we do to Beltway, Washington, D.C., power that we have. I mean, the president just brings those connections to us, as we saw yesterday with the director of the FBI here and FBI agents all over campus yesterday. It was a little bit different at Anderson University yesterday. Walked out of my office, and there were stern-looking men with earpieces right by the drinking fountain.
We thought Colts camp was bad.
Oh, this was way beyond Colts camp. Yeah.
I believe there were snipers on top of Decker Hall, too.
I wouldn't have been surprised. I could see him running around campus.
We're kidding. Although he did have his own, the FBI director did have his own detail. And
he did.
That was. But what an amazing inauguration. And I know you love history, and yesterday was one for the history books with the inauguration of President Pistol.
Absolutely. And if you're at Anderson, you have to be here a long time to hit presidential inaugurations. We haven't had one for 25 years. Yeah. So it is a historic event, and it's a big day for Anderson University.
Yep. Well, Joel, tell us about some other things that's working in your area, and then I'm going to ask maybe a homecoming memory that you may have since you've been here. But tell us about some other things, any other new majors happening?
Well, right now, we don't have any other new majors going online, but we do have a lot of events that the faculty are involved in. The English department, as always, is hosting the Faith and Writing Conference here. It will be hosted in the spring. Our faculty, as always, are heavily engaged in professional development. Brandon Grayson was just offered a book contract almost out of the blue. I had to tell her, Brandy, this is not actually how this usually works. The people don't come and just ask you if they can publish your book. You actually have to work for that. But she did. So I said, you should really focus on getting that done. And of course, Brian Dirk, as always, is working on multiple book projects. He's got 2 more Lincoln books in the chute right now that he's getting ready to churn out. And our faculty are just busy teaching, working, writing. As always.
I thought of Brian. I thought of you because I know how much you love history. And Brian with Lincoln, we were in Washington D.C. a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been there. I haven't been to D.C. since 8th grade, and the amount of history there is just amazing.
It is. It's incredible. it's almost unbelievable. But especially if you're a Civil War historian like he is, there are Civil War sites everywhere, just everywhere, and fantastic ones.
So I was thinking of you while I was in D.C. and Brian. Homecoming memory, Joel.
Actually, my favorite homecoming memory was 2 years ago. It was the 40th anniversary of the Center for Public Service, and at the time I was directing the center. Michael Frank has taken over now when I moved to the dean's office, but it was just such a great day for us, even though it felt like it was about 20 degrees that day. And Doug Nelson,
colder than this afternoon.
Far colder than this afternoon. I had my ski gloves on that day. And Doug Nelson, who had been here for so long and directed the center for 35 years, was back, and his wife Karen, and it was a fantastic day to see all of those old CPS alumni, and I loved it.
I had Doug for class. And we won't talk about my grade in his class, but great guy. Great man.
Doug hired me, so I think he has good taste. He's a wonderful guy.
Just don't ask him about my grades.
I won't. I promise. I won't hold that against you.
How many times I came to class? We won't talk about that either.
So you earned that grade, didn't you, Matt?
Dr. Joel Shrock, again, Dr. Shrock, Dean, School of Humanities, Professor of History at Anderson University. Anderson.edu/SOH is the website for more information. Dr. Shrock, thanks so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Good to see you again, all right?
All right.
Come out and see me at the Visitors Bureau, okay?
I will.
All right.
I will.
You need to do that, okay?
I promise.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. Joel Shrock. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with our next guest, live from Anderson University, 2015 Homecoming Webcast.